we're back with round 3 of today's treasure hunt.
Yes.
It's going to be a match between two players who are 2-0 right now. And it's going to be as close to a mirror as we're going to get today.
And importantly, no Don Donzo.
Yeah, it's a mirror and a good mirror. Well, a better mirror.
Yeah, both these players are running a trick rune setup with almost identical mons.
Yeah, it's going to be 5 or 6 on both sides. Only difference being the so-called fast mode.
Yes.
Jerram is running the Gardevoir.
And Edison is running the Meowscarada. So as you can see, Edison's team on the right is the Meowscarada, Hariyama, Fira Giraffe, Amoonguss, King Gambit, and the Toko.
Yeah, so 5 or 6 mounts on Jerram's side as well. It's going to be Hariyama, Jerry Giraffe, Toko, King Gambit, Amoonguss, but with the Gardevoir in place of the Meowscarada.
Yes, so it'll be, I mean, we discussed a bit before the match started. Toko, I think, seems to be the key here.
Yeah, Toko essentially hits both sides pretty neutral, other than themselves. And of course, they got a power to each other.
Yes.
And the other will come down to whether. So the question for both players is: do you want to set up trick room? And who gets their Toko in first?
Yes. And also the other factor is Amoonguss. Amoonguss can spoil pretty much everything except the opposing Amoonguss. So we do see Hariyama here leads for both, except Edison has led Amoonguss and Jerram has led the Fairy Giraffe.
Yeah, interesting that he brings the Fairy Giraffe here. Fairy Giraffe doesn't seem to be that great against opposing trick room, but let's get a fake off first. First for Hyper Voice, get some decent damage and the Throat Spray boost onto his Fairy Giraffe.
Doesn't read. I guess Fairy Giraffe does have stab with its Hyper Voice. Yeah, we do see a Drain Punch here on the Fairy Giraffe, so both players just trading bows. Honestly, I mean Edison didn't go for the fake out because obviously Fairy Giraffe's ability blocks priority attacks. Amoonguss will flinch here. And both players will activate their Flame Mob on their Hariyama.
Yeah, we see that Jerram's pretty comfortable going for the fake out because he knows that he's not going to take Rocky Helmet recoil since there's no Rocky Helmet on this Amoonguss.
Yes, it is the Wiki Berry instead. Amoonguss now though can Rage Powder away, perhaps a potential attack from the Hariyama, or can put something to sleep. The Fairy Giraffe actually. Only the Fairy Giraffe. Hariyama is already have a status of burn. Okay, so when we discussed about how Amoonguss can put everything to sleep, I guess Hariyama is not included as well, since burn does block the sleep status.
I think that's why both players have brought their Hariyama. Recognizing that you bring out turn 1, get a burn as quickly as possible, turn off the possibility of sleep.
Fairy Giraffe goes for protect here, and Edison will take a close combat here, and the Hariyama will go down. Ooh, that's a crucial hit. No Rage Powder actually from the Amoonguss.
And waits the speed tie, didn't he?
No, the Drain Punch actually went to the Fairy Giraffe.
Yeah, so actually he loses speed tie, but goes into the protect.
Went for the spore as well, but it failed because Hariyama already.
The Fairy Giraffe.
No, it went into the Hariyama, I think. Otherwise, we will see a protect trigger again.
Oh,
yeah. So Edison could have benefited that
switch.
Maybe, I guess. But again, the Rage Powder would have been very beneficial there. We have at least drawn away the Hariyama's attacks, and Amoonguss would resist. So we do see Toko here hit the field. Does set up Sun, and very threateningly, I guess now the Rage Powder play is pretty obvious for Edison. Toko's Eruption is very threatening.
Yeah, but Hyper Voice is going to take quite a chunk off the Toko, reduce the power of Eruption. He might have to Heat Wave immediately, I think. I think right after one Hyper Voice from +1 Fairy Giraffe, I think Eruption will do less than the Heat Wave.
Or should he perhaps go for a Protect Spore into the Fairy Giraffe slot?
Yeah, he has seen the Protect, so Fairy Giraffe cannot Protect again. And he's not really threatened on the Amoonguss, but there's no Rage Powder or... Okay, probably going for the Spore, but he leaves his Toko open to take 50% as knockoff with the boost from the Flame Mob. From the burn rather. Go take out the Amoonguss. And
good information there.
Goes for the Flamethrower there. With the Sun, is that enough? With the burn, maybe?
Yes, I think it will go down to the burn.
No, hangs on.
Not quite, yeah.
Ooh, tough turn for Edison there.
Yes, he's
trying to go for the Spore and... Ooh.
It's already down to his last 2 Pokemon here. And Jerram hasn't even switched yet. Hariyama can go perhaps for a fast Hail Mary attack on the King Gambit. I guess Edison has to also wonder whether he wants to commit to his Terra typing for King Gambit.
At this point,
no reason not to.
Yeah, Toko's already been damaged, so don't really get much value out of that. And you need to get rid of the fighting weakness as quickly as possible.
And importantly, Fairy Giraffe's ability does block Sucker Punch as well. So King Gambit can't even pin down the Hariyama. I guess it can because it is faster, but the Fairy Giraffe...
I don't think you want Sucker Punch into a fighting time anyway. Oh, okay, this helps, I guess. Yeah.
Water type Terra for King Gambit.
Yeah, but Harima doesn't have Mag Punch, so at least King Gambit doesn't have to worry about that.
Toko is going to protect, trying to stave off, survive for one more turn. And Sucker Punch, actually...
Edison?
He probably forgot about the
But he's
ability.
faster anyway!
Yes. And Hyper Voice will do a decent amount to King Gambit here since he removed the Steel type and is taking normal damage from Hyper Voice. Harima will go down to a Flame Orb. I guess I must have missed the attack into Toko there.
Yeah, he went for the targeted close combat into Toko.
So Edison got off one KO question mark in this round.
No, not really his KO either.
Yeah. And yeah, we do see Jerram bring his own King Gambit.
Well, I take back what I thought Fairy Draft wasn't really going to do much in this particular matchup, but Jerram showing me that I was wrong.
Yeah, Hyper Voice is actually quite clutch. It does bypass Among Us Rage Powder.
I mean, it helps if your opponent throws Spiral Attacks into you, even though you're running the exact same team, so you definitely know what Fairy Draft does.
Okay, and Jerram will Terra as well. I believe his own King Gambit, which should be Dark type. Yeah, will boost his Dark stat even more. Yes, this
And you know, he can use priority attacks.
yeah. I mean, unlike Psychic Terrain, Armateur only blocks priority towards your side of the team. Yeah, we do see Sucker Punch, and it does land actually.
Into a water type, no longer resistant.
That's still a lot of damage as well. Very Giraffe Hyper Voice won't be enough to pick up the kill on King Gambit here.
Put it out of his misery. Yes.
Yes. Okay, so it's Toko against the world, which will not be able to accomplish much. Yeah, Jerram wins this round, or not round, but this match quite comfortably. Edison really has to try to adjust, I think. Toko was good, I feel, for Edison. It was okay. He just lost too much too quickly. And Among Us could have been more valuable.
I think on Edison's side should be more valuable because he knows that his opponent's Fairy Draft doesn't have a Psychic attack. So the Mongols can stick around for longer.
And I feel that if he had gone for Rage Powder, his Hariyama wouldn't have gone down so fast. Sure, you maybe take Hyper Voice damage, chip damage, but his Hariyama has Drain Punch as opposed to his opponent's close combat. So, so-called Edison's Hariyama can sustain, but he didn't leverage that, and well, Spore into an already burnt Hariyama into a Protect Fairy Giraffe. Yeah, he didn't have enough value, and Jerram just took the advantage and just steamrolled forward.
I think we might see Fairy Giraffe on Edison's side this time because the thing is, when you play a mirror, you really want to leverage the things that you have that are different from your opponents. And in this case, it's very much Fairy Draft the difference because Edison is running the safety goggles Fairy Giraffe. He has Psychic, whereas his opponent's Fairy Draft doesn't have Psychic and doesn't have any way to stop the spawns going off. So honestly, I would have expected Edison's Fairy Draft to do more than Jerram's Fairy Giraffe. But we saw Jerram's Fairy Giraffe got the close play boost and just kept pressing Hyper Voice all the way.
Yes. I mean, honestly, it's not as painful as a Sylveon's Hyper Voice, but the damage just kept piling on until, you know. And okay, I take that back. 50% to a Toko is actually pretty good.
Yeah, it was a very good chunk after the throw spray boost.
Yeah.
He immediately nerfed the eruption.
Ooh, I guess that's the difference between Edison and Jerram though, because Jerram's Fairy Giraffe has Throat Spray. Edison's does not. He's running the safety goggles for the Among Us. So I guess I don't think he felt that his Fairy Giraffe would be a very threatening factor.
But you have Psychic for your opposing Hariyama.
I guess we'll see. I mean, well, okay. Both players. No, actually, Edison, yeah, almost down to the last 3 seconds of choosing his team here. Has to win this to bring this to a game 3. And we'll see whether he decides to copy Jerram's strategy of bringing Fairy Giraffe at the start.
Honestly, whoever brings Toko might just want to self anyway because he wanted Toko to go first. We saw Edison, Toko was forced to take a hit before he could attack.
Yes.
Yeah, we can see the Justin Edison goes for the fast bow with the Masquerada into the same lead from Jerram.
Ooh, okay, this is pretty good now. Masquerada can threaten the Fairy Giraffe can Hyper Voice. So many options here for Edison. But Jerram, I mean, Harima's close combat is also very threatening, even without the guts boost yet.
He has to be wary of a double target, with a Psychic and maybe a Flower Trick.
What do you go for though, honestly? Which do you think is more threatening, the Fairy Giraffe or the Hariyama?
I think you know that the Fairy Giraffe on Jerram's side has Protect. So I think you just double the one that you know doesn't have Protect, which is the Hariyama.
And yeah, he's predicting it. He terrored the Hariyama, which is now Dark type. I mean, it shouldn't really matter if he goes for Flower Trick, but it won't matter if he goes for Psychic.
Yes.
Okay, Fairy Giraffe on Jerram here going for the Protect. And Melchora goes for the Fairy Ruff. Protean does land. Dark
And
type
it's
does
still
not
super
matter.
effective, yeah. So in this case, he was hoping to dodge Psychic, but unfortunately Pieruff will hit both of his types.
Yes.
Super effective.
I mean, let's see if he went for the Psychic here. He should know, he went for the Hyper Voice as well. So, Flower Trick Hyper Voice I think might have been enough to KO. Actually, no, Hariyama is pretty thick in the special defense side.
No, it's only thick because he quickly runs the Soul Best. In this case, Hariyama is just frail.
Yeah, importantly though, Edison, oh sorry, not Edison, but Jerram has used his Terra typing. So, he cannot Terra his, cannot Terra any more of his mons here. Masquerada, with the band is locked into play rough, does he want to stick around is the question. Let's go for Helping Hand, so Masquerade is going to stick around and try to land another attack here.
He needs to land it. 90% accurate. Pieruff just land it. It's got to be not enough.
Alright, neutral hit after all. Fairy Giraffe will go for the Hyper Voice.
Yeah, it's through spray boost as well.
Has not thrown sprayed yet. This is his first Hyper Voice. He did protect the first turn. And King Gambit should go for the countdown leaf. The Fairy Giraffe here. I believe at this range, another play rough, even unboosted by Helping Hand, will pick up the tail of King Gambit.
Yes.
Again, if he lands, but
He can sucker punch. I mean, that's why it does resist. Because now, Machora currently is Fairy type ability.
you're right. So does Edison switch out here? Oh, he has his own King Gambit as well.
It goes for sucker punch. That not going to be enough to resist the Fairy type Masquerada.
Also, play rough onto Fairy Giraffe here. And Hyper Voice will pick up Masquerada. I think Edison is hoping his King Gambit can pick up KO here. Countdown Cleave?
It's super effective on Fairy Giraffe. That will KO.
Yes, he went for a countdown Cleave. So Edison in the lead. Jerram down to his last 2 Pokemon. Yeah, I mean, this matches go down pretty fast.
We do see that Jerram brought his own fast mode with his Garden Boa.
Oh, but not protected anymore by Armor Tail. Is open to a fake. Is open to a sucker punch from King Gambit. Gardevoir traces Defiant. Well, that's not very useful. I mean, no ability is useful here actually. Okay.
Guts were not useful either.
Yeah, I mean, Edison is a very clear play of going for.
How good does Edison want to Terra?
I mean, don't have to.
I mean, don't have to. True.
Yeah. Just fake out the Gardevoir. We do see a sucker punch onto his own King Gambit.
That does nothing.
Yeah, in fact, if he Terra, he would have taken more from that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes. And another counter cleave will pick up Gardevoir.
Yes.
And yeah, Hariyama is pretty good against King Gambit, so Edison will take game 2.
Yeah, goes for the safe play there. Since he recognized that if he went for a sucker punch, he might get blocked by the trick.
Yeah, I don't know if this is I don't know if this is Edison's style. Maybe he throws game 1 so he can focus on the subsequent 2 games. He just went all in on the Masquerada in game 2. Just play rough and just okay. There's no super fighting target. It's okay. I'll just continue with Helping Hand boost. I don't know.
Yeah, pretty straightforward there. No real answer. I think Jerram had to guess, basically play his early turns perfectly because Masquerada can always pick up a KO.
Yes. You mentioned, I mean, okay, that's the difference between their fast modes. Gardevoir has Scarf and Masquerada has Band. So Gardevoir, in theory, will be able to outspeed the Masquerada. The problem is that Edison led Masquerada and Jerram didn't lead his Gardevoir at the start. So Masquerada could sort of steamroll at the start. We did see Gardevoir at the back, but by then it was too little too late already. Jerram also committed his Terra, Hariyama,
He definitely was hoping that he would be able to survive and get around the psychic fight.
Yeah.
He locked himself into the play rough and got the kill.
Yes. So I guess I don't know whether it's Edison going for a bit of a Hail Mary with play rough's accuracy. Flower Trick would definitely be much safer.
Play rough was definitely the best play because you catch Hariyama no matter what, whether it Terras or not, get a KO. And like I said, you know Fairy Giraffe can protect.
Yes.
And you know the Hariyama cannot protect.
And with Protean, it doesn't matter that you're switching into it will be your step. Let's put it this way.
Yes.
With your Protean boost. Okay, interestingly, Jerram has already selected his Pokemon, whereas Edison is still thinking. I think this also happened at the game 2, yes. Edison was almost down to his last 3 seconds before he locked in his team. Does he want to try to repeat the success? Although he can be punished if Jerram brings Gulliver at the start to match his Masquerada. Well, we'll see.
Yeah, I think like especially the last game, if I did,
It is dangerous because if not Gardevoir comes in to fight Masquerade, you can just blast that slot.
Yes.
Easy one.
Before Masquerada can switch typing as well. Tail will block Fake Out as well from Hariyama. Oh, Hariyama, Masquerada. Okay. And Hariyama, apparently Jerram.
Okay, Jerram not doesn't need beats. It's the same two for 3 games.
Yeah. Okay.
He gets to fake out, so that's one.
But is that worth it? Oh no, I don't think he's gonna get a fake out. He's gonna bring Jerram.
You're right. Yeah, that's one way to fake out. You switch in the Fairy Jerram. And yes, we'll block the fake out there.
And Hariyama sort of wasted a turn here.
Goes for the Jerram again, let's see connect. He will change his type, does connect there, gets a KO.
Oh, very clean KO, no helping hand boosted. No helping hand boost needed here. And Fairy Jerram going for the Hyper Voice. Goes for Trick Room actually. Okay. This is a different game already. Masquerada now the slowest thing on the field. And he brings in Torkoal.
Here is where the advantage. The one thing you want to for is for your own Torkoal. I think we saw in game 2 other player brought Torkoal, but they're recognizing that he has the worst pass mode. Because Masquerade is so good against his team.
Okay.
So now he goes for a trick room mode with the Torkoal.
Is Edison going to retreat Masquerada? Or do you sacrifice it to
You're neutral, so you might survive one. Shit.
With a Hyper Voice solo out, I don't think so.
Yeah, with the Hyper Voice.
Yeah. The question is how much damage does he want to take on his Fairy Jerram? No switch outs.
I mean, it's fine.
Yeah.
You do take your Fairy Giraffe and just sack the Masquerade.
You take out Hariyama after all. It's fine, yes. Torkoal will Terra here for fire, for more damage. Eruption is going to do a good chunk of damage, no
No
protect.
protects.
His Fairy Giraffe doesn't have protect from Edison's side. Masquerada gonna go down. Oh, Edison's gonna take a two Pokemon loss here with Hyper Voice.
Hey.
Oh, he does get off one attack first before going down. A nice chunk of damage and a special defense drop. Let's see what his last two is.
You know what damage is Hariyama.
Oh yes.
But Hariyama can't fake out.
I mean, is Hariyama slower than Torkoal?
No, Torkoal is one of the slowest things in the game.
Well, he's gonna eat another. Well, Eruption is pretty nerfed, but Sun and Terra Fire is a very threatening combination. Did he bring his own Torkoal? Or if he brought King Gambit, he would most definitely. He's gonna Terra Water that for sure.
He has to, yeah.
No Sucker Punch available since Armor Tail is still in effect here for Jerram.
But at least he's taken the trade of superpower eruption, I feel. By keeping the Torkoal's health.
Super power?
As in the Terra Fire eruption.
Yeah.
Taking a big trade off the field.
Okay.
And it hasn't taken out the field, he has reduced the trade.
Let's see if Edison can survive this onslaught here. Jerram's going for Flamethrower actually.
Yeah, either Hariyama doesn't have sticker.
Guts. Oh, that's a lot of damage. And we do see a headlong rush here.
That should be enough to pick it off.
Yes. We'll drop defense actually.
It's close combat.
Ground close combat, okay. I didn't play Arceus, so I'm not very familiar with this. Fairy Giraffe should pick off Hariyama with a Hyper Voice.
Oh, it's
Probably be faster.
It's
Okay.
gonna be a KO. Oh, it survives! Bulky enough. That was a bit of Hariyama and do a bit of damage to him. That comes down to what Jerram's last one is.
Oh. If it's Gulliver, not so good. Anything else now? It's his own King Gambit.
That's fine. I might come down to King every speed dice.
Ooh. Strength from the Fallen. Do we know if it's retroactive? Like, is Edison's Strength from the Fallen now supercharged?
Edison is running Defiant, isn't he?
Let's see. Yes. Yes. Yes, Edison's King Gambit is running Defiant. 2 versus 1 though, it's not something King Gambit would like.
Yeah, he doesn't have spread attacks.
So does he go for his... Because it's also problematic because, yeah, as we see, Jerram's Fairy Giraffe has Protect. So Edison has to call that and try to target down.
Oh, he went to protect there.
Yeah. Ooh.
He doesn't really have good move to hit himself, to hit the opposing.
Yeah, but Strength from the Fallen though.
Yeah, problem is that now his opponent's attacks are neutral on him, but his attacks are resisted on the opposing king.
Unfortunate. I guess. Yeah. he doesn't really have a good way to.
He can't hit the opposing king gambit. All his moves are step, so he's resisted by the opposing king
He has Terra Blast, which is not sun, which is not good. So Edison will not win. The Jerram will take round 3 here. Ooh.
Yeah, very strong start this time, but this time Jerram had the trick room
Yes.
with the Toko.
I guess he realized that he realized the power of Toko, I guess. Edison tried to bring the Toko in game 1. It didn't quite work out because he got a hit in. He took a hit before I could eruption. Otherwise, yeah, with game 3 we can see why Toko is still pretty good. Perhaps not with Blittigan, but in the trick room setup here with Fairy Giraffe, quite good. I mean, game 3 looked good for Edison at the start, you know. The very smart play of switching in the Fairy Giraffe to block the fake out. Masquerada killed the opponent Hariyama with Play Rough. But after that,
he had no answer to Toko.
yes. I mean, I think Jerram was very happy with the Hariyama going down. You set up Trick Room and you bring in your Trick Room Sweeper with Sun Boosted, full HP, Terra type Toko. That's the maximum amount of damage you can get out of that setup as possible. And it paid off. He picked up 2 Pokemon at the start. He forced the Water Terra, which in the end turned out to be not so good for Edison because it meant that his King Gambit was taking more damage from the opposing King Gambit. And he also couldn't quite KO the Fairy Giraffe. If he perhaps he had been running, strength, Defiant Overlord and Important Strength from his fallen comrades, that might have pushed enough damage to KO the Fairy Giraffe.
Yeah, he would have.
Yes. So,
Yeah, when you play the mirror, it's all these small differences that make a difference in the end.
indeed, I think it was pretty smart for Jerram to recognize that Masquerada is way more threatening than his Gardevoir could be, and so he opted to go for the sort of a trick room setup. Edison, I mean, I wouldn't blame him because he just went for what worked for him in game 2, which is pretty safe, and it looked very promising at the very start as well.
Really, because you really came out the 50 shot game 3 until Edison went to the target. Edison could pick up the KO on Hariyama with the Prayer, and you can pick up the KO on the Fairy Drop with the knockoff.
I think you should have gone for Fairy Giraffe in this case though, because if you're predicting that Hariyama is going to fake out, and you bring in your own Fairy Giraffe, your Fairy Giraffe has Psychic to threaten Hariyama.
Yes.
He perhaps should have gone for the... I'm not sure if he's confident though, for the KO on the Fairy Giraffe.
When knockoff, you saw how popular Fairy Drop is.
Yes.
Try to knock out
And then you will set up Trick Room, but the difference then it will be that there wouldn't be a Toko. I guess Edison still would not enjoy the position because Masquerada will be choice lock, no protect in the Trick Room scenario. Yeah, against the Burn Hariyama. Interestingly though, both players didn't bring Among Us. I felt that Among Us would have been a pretty core Pokemon for both of them to
I
bring.
think understandable for Jerram because Edison has 2 mods that will not get spot. One is Burn Hariyama and the other is Safety Cover's Fairy Drop.
Yes. Well, I guess maybe Edison saw how Among Us was not very useful in game 1 and decided not to bring it after all. But I felt it could have been so good though. Like put things to sleep, you have Rage Powder again in a trick room setup. But I guess it's one of those things as well. Because you want to Terra the Among Us to water to be able to fight off Toko. But at the same time you want the Terra or your King Gambit for the same reasons to resist the fire step of the Toko. But it doesn't, you can only Terra one more. So I guess Edison said, okay, I'm just going to have to commit to one, and he chose King Gambit for his Terra option to fight off Toko. In theory, sounds good, but again, it saw in game 3 left him open to opposing King Gambit's attacks.
So well played the Jerram there, moves on. Edison will still have a chance to claw his way back.
Yes.
We'll see you all in round 4.
Yes. No Dondozo so far.
That's our on purpose. We can select the string games.